Hello and welcome back, everyone, to a Rocket Rabbit Commentaries run-through of an id Software game. Loading. Oh, what is this, Mr. Cloud?
This is,
It is an intro in space.
Intro in space.
Hey, that seems to be the Roman numeral 2, Mr. Cloud.
Is it? I was about to say the Toy Story 2 logo.
Radio chatter. Yes, what we're going to be commentating over is a relatively quick run-through of Quake 2. It's 2001,
Quake.
apparently, back at my place, so, yeah.
Q2.
We are going to be watching the entirety of the intro, mostly because it's one of 2 cinematics in the entire goddamn game.
One of only 2. I could see why they had limited it so.
Because for 2001, this cutscene, this intro actually looks really goddamn good.
It looks pretty good, yeah. Looks like something I would have expected on PC a long ass time ago.
But yes, we are going to be rating the Strogg headquarters on Mars.
Alpha, Bravo.
Behold the deployment of our marine drop pods.
Man, the torpedoes.
And no, that doesn't say bitch, it says Bitterman.
Bits. Oh, I thought it was going to say bits. Like, we're going to blow you to bits.
See, Bitterman.
I flew a ship in outer space. I wish I was a better man.
So yeah, one of our coworkers decided to clip us on the way out, but thankfully, as it's very poorly explained through the radio chatter here, all the other Marines are dead. They didn't make it past the first major checkpoint.
Well, now they're dead because of the increasingly excited video chatter, yes.
Yep. Honestly, one of the big things about this game that I did not get to experience whilst I was playing it in many of my playthroughs, because I played through Quake a shit ton, is the music. And that's because all the music for the game was located originally on the CD, and I've not played Quake 2 with CD for, 15 years or more.
Well, this is a relic, absolutely. I'm sure that copies of this game are, well, maybe not quite rare. I think rare would be giving it too much, but definitely uncommon. Although you'd probably pay exactly like $9.99 at any secondhand store where you would probably find this game.
All right. So, as I just mentioned, the audio tracks for Quake 2 were actually locked on the CD. So all of the OST that you'll be hearing, I had to edit in.
That is funny.
Mind you,
well, it sounds
a majority of
me.
the time it actually works out as intended. I think I did end up mislabeling audio tracks during the editing process, sadly. So there are probably a few cases where I'm using the wrong audio track for the level in question.
That's pretty funny.
But this is Quake 2.
First.
It is what would otherwise be referred to as a dumb shooter, as the levels are relatively linear. There isn't all that much puzzle solving to be done, and it's much more about the fast-paced combat and the exploratory nature of of the levels despite their linearity.
You found a secret.
Yes. I will not be showing off all the secrets in the game, just a good portion of the ones that are in Unit 1 and the ones that I can remember throughout the rest of the game, which is not everything. Specifically, we will be showing off... actually, do we show off both? No, oh, no. I decided to skip out showing off the secret level in Unit 1, as well as the secret level later on, too. Mostly because the secret level in Unit 1 is specifically there for you to get access to an early, in quotation marks, super shotgun. The problem, of course, being that if you know where to look, the super shotgun is actually easier to obtain at the end of Unit 1.
Isn't that funny? That, like, you can get it, but then the alternative is just easier, although a little slower.
It's not even slower, honestly, because the secret level in Unit 1 takes forever to get through.
Needs super shotgun.
And this is the base shotgun. It has a relatively, it's relatively powerful, to be perfectly honest, but it's specifically just used for these smaller fry.
I know where all the secret areas are. I can't stump a better man. Body parts.
Yes, there is lots of gore and giblets flying about, or simulated gore and giblets.
I love it. Oh, there was a text communication we could have read. Dang it.
Nah, yeah, but a majority of the comms that we get from home base are just giving us a generic overview of what our objective is.
So these are humans we're fighting.
No, these are not humans. These are Strogg. These are mechanically produced cyborgs.
Oh, they're cyborgs. Gotcha. When our armies march, the world will quake.
Now, speaking of cyborgs, the new Odin Ogan album came out like a couple weeks ago at the time of this recording. I listened to it this morning. It is okay. It's a lot. I have the same opinion of it as I had for Gunman, honestly. Not anything too spectacular, but decent enough to have on in the background for pretty much anything.
Does Odin Ogan make particular folklore references to the Terminator?
No. Although this album is a bit of a concept album about the expansion of artificial intelligence and the mechanical replacement of the human species.
That brings me back. Track 1 of Meshuggah Destroy, Erase, Improve was Future Breed Machine. A new way, a new being, a new machine.
More shells. To be
Yes,
perfectly honest,
we are
most of what I
stocked
can
to the
remember,
nines.
most of what I can remember from Quake 2 is playing the campaign in cooperative with either my dad or a couple of my friends.
Ooh, co-op mode.
Yes, you can play the campaign cooperatively. I'm not entirely sure if I would recommend doing so because the Quake 2 campaign, even on normal mode, is relatively simple. I've not actually played through the campaign on hard in like several years, but specifically because the only real thing that hard does is increase enemy density and slightly increase enemy damage.
Sounds like a job for two.
Except you can't play the campaign in co-op on hard. Rather, you can't play the campaign on co-op in hard mode. It automatically sets it to normal.
Which is weird, because you would think that players would want. Well, why in the daggum heck would they do that?
I don't know, especially because it looks as though Doom 2 specifically allowed you to choose which difficulty you wanted to play your episode on.
Hell yeah. You know what's a modern trope on video games that I've come to despise is when you get so many game overs in a row that the game recommends you reduce the difficulty in order to keep playing. Like, no,
dude, that's not a
fuck
modern
you.
thing. We had that as early as 2003.
That's pretty fucking modern if they just made that a thing. Well, 17 years later, it sucks. And let me say that I agree. I sign a kind of nonverbal contract that I, the undersigned, will play at this difficulty because this is how difficult I want my game to be in order to be fun. And honestly, I take it as an insult to my intelligence having formed this assertion that you, sir, the bitch in this situation, would recommend that I change the difficulty in order to make your game look more palatable to the general viewing audience.
I personally
Period.
don't have that big of have that big of a problem with that, specifically because it's been a rather minor controversy that Nintendo's been trying to deal with for the past 10 years, ever since Super Mario Brothers, New Super Mario Brothers Wii came out.
Really? They put a difficulty system. You can change the difficulty in Super Mario?
No, you can't change the difficulty, but if you die too many times in a level in Super Mario Brothers, Wii, what they will do is they'll give you the option to turn on Super Guide, which will actually play the level for you so that you can continue on.
Just kill me right now. Don't let mommy hold baby's hand. Baby wants to be a man. Baby wants to figure it out on his own. Baby wants to shoot zombies until they drop things.
But Mario doesn't have zombies. Doesn't have zombies to shoot.
Nah, they did that on Robot Chicken though, and that is quite funny. Heh, that dude fell backwards.
Alright, we are nearing the end of Unit 1 now. Just got to go through this last couple of rooms with these heavy infantry.
Oh my. Last stand mode.
It's not really last stand because, you know, they're dead like 4 seconds afterwards.
Exactly, so it's last stand.
But last stand usually lasts a good 10 seconds.
Well, I mean, AI last stand. It was about 7 seconds.
Cannot see. That is a problem that a good portion of the Quake 2 re-releases actually have. It is very difficult to get the brightness and level lighting to a comfortable spot for me specifically.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's just the thing about games that have lots of secrets, is that you don't want the brightness to be so high that you see everything, but you don't want it to be so low that you miss the secrets.
Yeah. Anyway, that is the end of Unit 1. In the next episode, we will be going through a majority of Unit 2.
Increase magnification. He's large and in charge.
Proceed to bunker area.
Destroy Strogg logistical train.
The Strogg.